Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Loot. I'm Dan.
And I'm Vinny Pro.
And today we have a set from Back to Bas-ix. It's an organizer for your paints for minis. Is that right, Vin?
Correct. So what we have here is a MDF board paint rack for miniature paints or model paints or what have you. The good thing about Back to Bas-ix is you can order these racks in different sizes, different paint pot sizes, different materials. So they actually have an acrylic set, which is a hard plastic. And then there's also different types of finishes you can get on both the acrylic and the MDF board. So you can get either sanded or with all the laser burn marks on it, which also has a nice touch. I like mine sanded. So.
Okay, so this is your MDF board.
Correct.
And obviously we're unassembled right now.
Correct. So I ordered a couple of these. They come in different sizes. You got a large straight size, which is this. You also have 90-degree turns, inside and outside turns. So if you want to line them up around your desk at different angles, they also have 45-degree angle inside turns. So you can get fancy with your stuff, make little zigzags and S's and turns and what have you.
So you could customize whatever you want your organization set to look like.
Correct.
Cool.
They also sell some tool racks, which I have one. We're going to put that together as well, and I'll show you that as well. They also sell a stand to hold your static grass. So if you like to do basing materials and make your minis really fancy, like I do sometimes, it's a tall stand that's got 2 or 3 compartments in it for your different types of static grass. It's actually really cool.
Okay.
It's like a gravity feed. You drop it at the top and you pull it out the bottom.
Like a silo.
Yeah, like a silo. Correct.
Okay. So we have organization for anything and everything.
Pretty much.
All right.
So let's take a couple minutes. Let's go off camera. We'll build a couple of these and we'll get back and we'll show you what we got.
All right. All right. So we're back with a fully assembled rack from Back to Bas-ix.
So it took a little bit longer than I had hoped that it would to build these. I was hoping to be somewhere in the 20 or 30 minute range to get all 3 of these slapped together and back in front of us, but it took me roughly about 2 hours to get all 3 of these done. They're not hard to build. There's a lot of small parts, so it's very time consuming, and if you got fat fingers trying to get into small areas with big tools, it doesn't work too well. But they're fairly easy to assemble, and you can do everything with your fingers if you could fit into the tight spaces. It's pretty straightforward on how to build them. You can actually go on to Back to Bas-ix website, and they have links to YouTube, which lead you to instructional videos on how to build every rack that they have. So it's pretty easy in my eyes. The good thing about Back to Bas-ix that I like is that you can buy different types of racks. So this is a straight rack that is nothing but paints and paintbrushes. So they also have a large straight rack that also has a drawer like the small organizational tool one that I have here to the right side along the bottom, and it eliminates the whole bottom row of paints. Maybe you got a lot of paints like I do. I need a big rack. I also have another rack at home that's about the same size as the tool rack that's smaller, that holds less amount of paints. The large rack here that's holding my Reaper paints holds roughly 50 to 55 paints, I think. I really haven't counted it. The same rack holding larger paint pots, which you can actually order different size holes in your rack to accommodate which paints you have. So paints like GW or Coat d'Arms or P3 paints hold roughly about 40 to 45 paints. Smaller ones, like I said, 50 to 55 paints, which would be Vallejo, Reaper, Army Painter, so forth, so on. Now, the tool organizer. This is one of my favorite pieces from them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love paint organization. It keeps my eyes from going crazy looking top down at everything and trying to figure out where my last paints are. I can put everything order number, color number, however color coded you want to make it, you can do it. But this here is my gem of the collection. This organizes all my brushes, my cutters, my Sharpies. I have a little drawer for razor blades, drills, drill bits, anything I might need. They sell another version of this rack where it just holds little containers so that if you have basing materials, or like I have baking soda in this one because it helps my my Gorilla Glue dry faster.
Baking soda.
Baking soda. Good tip for you people out there. Don't know about that. Baking soda will make permanent glue dry much quicker, so you don't have to sit there and hold it for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Okay? But the other rack holds containers roughly this size, and it holds multiple. They also have the rack I was talking about earlier that's just for static grass. That's a nice rack as well. I personally don't need that much static grass. I did not purchase it. But I will be purchasing more of the paint racks because I do have more paint racks at home, or more paints at home that do need racks now. I bought these as a tester, and so far I'm ecstatic about them.
I mean, overall, just taking a quick look at it, seems pretty sturdy.
Well, yes, they are pretty sturdy. They all have rubber feet on the bottom, so it will not just haphazardly slide across your desk. The other good thing to note about them is there's magnets on them on the sides, so when you clip them together, they get between the rubber feet and the magnets, it becomes one solid, sturdy piece that will not unshift apart or fall off your desk. Now, that being said about the magnets, the one downside I have with the whole build was said magnets. They're brittle. They're very brittle. If you torque them down too much, they snap in half, and you don't have extras.
Yeah, a few broken magnets there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, they are, for rare earth magnets, these are pretty strong magnets, but I think I broke like 6 of them putting this together. So, pick and choose your battles where you're putting your magnets if they break. I'm sure you could probably notify the company. They might be able to send you more. I don't know. Maybe I'll send an email. We'll work on that in the future.
Yeah. So
the other thing about the paint racks is the actual... do me a favor, Dan. Pull that side apart, please. Get the magnets off. Okay, so I can step it forward a little bit. If you look at the top of the paint racks, you'll notice that there's all little holes throughout the rack for different size brushes and or tools. So I have sculpting tools on this side. There are large paint brushes in the top because there are bigger holes there, and then you can put smaller brushes on each individual level. Every rack comes with holes, including, if you can tip over the for that one as well, I think that one has it on the back, right? So yes, there are paintbrush holders on the top of the curved ones as well.
So not only do you have room for all your paints, you can organize your brushes too.
Correct.
Very nice. So if you like this set and you'd like to place an order at Back to Basics website, check it out at the link below. And if you have any suggestions for some items that you'd like us to review here on Dungeon Loot, please let us know in the comments below as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Dungeon Loot. Thanks, guys.